my name is Charles Smith. I will be your teacher for this lesson. Today, we are going to go over standard algorithm, mainly addition and subtraction. Now, word warning before we start. You may find this method of doing addition and subtraction to be foreign to you. It may be different from what you're used to. In the past, in kindergarten through 4th or even 3rd, we've taught you to round digits up and solve them and then add back digits later. We are not going to be doing that with this method. We are going to be adding as they come. It might be better for you to do the way that you've been taught in the past. For some of you, this method may be the easier of the two. After we teach it to you, this is the one that you're going to have to choose. You will choose between either the one you've learned or the one you're about to. Whichever one works for you, that's the one that we want you to do. So step 1, as you probably learned in the past, there are place values in digits of numbers. For 3 digits, there is the ones place, the tens place, and the hundreds place. Whenever you're setting up a problem using the standard algorithm, you're going to line them up so that the ones are together, the tens are together, the hundreds are together. Once you have your place values set up properly for each number, you then add them going by each number. For example, 1 and 9, that will be 10. And then you go to the tens place. 2, 3 is 5. And then 1, 3 is 4. And you just do it line by line. Once again, make sure that each of them are lined up properly, otherwise you may get a wrong answer. Now you may notice that when you add 1 or 9, you don't just write 10 underneath the ones place. What you do is a technique called carrying. So you do 1 and 9, you'd put the 0 of the 10 under the ones place, and then you carry the 1 to the next one over. So for example, 2 and 3 is 5. You would not put 5 there. You would then add the one you carried and put 6, and then you continue on. That's mainly how you do the addition. But now, we're going to move on to the subtraction. But before we do, remember, always make sure that you line up the addition. You line up your digits, and you make sure that you carry whenever you need to. Okay, now let's move on to subtraction. For subtraction, you absolutely do a lot of the things that are similar to addition. You line your numbers up, make sure the places are where they're supposed to be, and then you subtract. For example, you have the ones place, you have 5 and 6. Well, you would subtract normally, going across, just like you added previously. You might be asking, but you can't subtract 5 from 6. 6 is a bigger number. You're absolutely right. That's why we do what's called regroup. We call it regrouping. You take a number from the next place over. So if you're subtracting the ones, you would take 1 from the 10, and then you add it to the ones place. So you have 5 and 6. You'd add a digit from the tens, so you get 15 and 6. You can subtract those. So you subtract the ones, then you go to subtract the tens. You now have one number less because you borrowed it to subtract from the ones. You then go down, subtract the ones, subtract the tens, subtract the 100s. You make sure that you're doing it across and they're all lined up. So let's review. Whenever you do addition, you line the numbers up. Same thing with subtraction. Line the numbers up, add or subtract. If you're adding, you carry numbers over if you need to. And if you subtract, you regroup if you need to. My name is Charles Smith, and I hope this really helped you a lot.